Hey guys, it's Pitmarthroy, and welcome back to my 75 subscriber special, and I am annoyed right now because I had to redo the audio for this. For some reason, whenever I'm trying to plug my camera into the computer, it would not register it at all. It was like, this is not software that the computer has found before, even though it has found it before. I don't know why it was doing that, but anyway, getting on to the questions, man, you guys sent in a lot more than I expected. I expected, like, on the Word document, maybe a page or two at best, and I have over 5. So I just decided to go ahead and shorten it to the ones that I chose on there. So yeah, if yours isn't on there, I'm sorry, but I did try to include all the ones that were pretty good. And I do have a couple random ones in there. Let's see, what's your best character to play as in Brawl? For Brawl, definitely Marth. Fox is a close second. The weird thing with Fox is I used him in... He was actually my best character in Super Smash Bros. 64, but in Melee, I don't know why, I just like quit using him, and I switched to Marth, Roy, and Mewtwo. And back whenever we got back to Brawl, or by we, I mean Nintendo got back to Brawl, I just started using Fox again. So yeah, Marth would definitely be my number one, has been ever since he was in Melee and Brawl both. But Fox is definitely pretty close, so I'd definitely say still Marth is on top. So for Super Smash Bros. 64, yeah, definitely Fox is my favorite there. What is your favorite character in the Total Drama series, if you watch it, and why? I do watch the Total Drama series. It's probably my favorite thing to watch on TV. In the entire series, I don't know. I have kind of specifics for the seasons. In season 1 and 2, in season 1, I'd have to say Gwen. For those of you that don't watch the series, it's like a whole bunch of different personalities in teenagers, and Gwen's kind of the loner goth who's, you know, an aspiring artist. You know, she does things her own way, stuff like that, and she was definitely my favorite in season 1. I was so annoyed when Owen won, because I really expected Owen to make it to the final 2 and then lose at the last second, but I did not want Owen to win. I mean, Owen's okay, but I'd rather have Gwen win any day. Season 2, I'd probably have to say Harold. I liked Harold in season 1 just because he was funny. At least I thought he was funny. Especially with the beatboxing and like doing the Matrix and the dodgeball competition. I just thought that was hilarious. But I really liked Harold in the second season just because he was like so dorky, and I can be really dorky. I'm not as bad as he is, but he's such a dork. As for season 3, hands down, I'd have to say Noah. I really wish Noah had more time actually on season 1 and actually been in season 2, because he was definitely my favorite character in season 3 by far, and not because of the whole love triangle with Gwen and Duncan and Courtney. I still liked Gwen in season 3. I just liked Noah so much more, because he's really funny, he's sarcastic, he's a lot like me. I'm kind of a mix between those 3 characters. So yeah. Next question is, you seem to LP a lot of Nintendo games. Do you have a PlayStation/PSP or Xbox? If you're planning on doing, or if yes, are you planning on doing an LP for those games? So no, obviously I will not be doing LPs for those because I don't have a PSP, PlayStation 1, 2, 3, or Xbox. You might see like some kind of like small match off an Xbox or PlayStation just because some of my friends do have those. So you might like see a Soul Calibur match later. I don't know, may or may not. So, yeah. What are your top 5 favorite TV shows? It doesn't have to be cartoons. Well, besides the Total Drama series, I'd have to say AFV, America's Funniest Home Videos. That one, everybody knows about that one. I love AFV. I've watched it ever since I was 3 years old. And my parents will agree to that. America's Got Talent is pretty good. I like the judges in America's Got Talent, but I do not like Nick Cannon. He's very, very egotistical. But I do like the judges because usually they're almost always fighting with each other, but they're just really funny, especially Piers Morgan. Let's see, The Biggest Loser, mainly the Australian series, even though I'm in the US, but I prefer the Australian series just because it's easier to find on YouTube. Therefore, it's easier to watch previous series because I have watched last season and this season, well, the upcoming season I'm going to watch of The Biggest Loser. But, you know, that's like season 8 and 9, so I'd have to watch. I kind of want to watch, 1 through 7, and I haven't gotten a chance to because I haven't found it online. So the last one I'd probably have to say, well, the last 2 is Wipeout, where they have a whole bunch of contestants go through an obstacle course, and it's just really funny to watch. And Quiet Library, it might be Silent Library, but I'm pretty sure it's Quiet Library, where people have to do all these weird things. Like, it's really weird, but they have to stay quiet, and it's usually either stuff that inflicts physical pain or it's just really, really funny, and so they're trying not to laugh. And it's just hilarious to watch. Let's see, what's your favorite console? It's either the Nintendo 64 or the GameCube. If I had to make a choice, I'd say the GameCube. Just because that's what, whenever I first started playing, that was the main series back at the time, and the Wii wasn't out yet. And it seems like the Wii's games are either, like, they're too little kiddish. Like, some of them aren't that bad. Zelda, Twilight Princess. The Pokemon Battle Revolution's not too bad, I guess. And, Mario Party 8. But everything else is either too little kiddish or it's stuff like Call of Duty, and I'm not really a fan of shooter games that much. I have played it, but I just don't really like it that much. Was there an inspiration that made you start LPing? If so, who or what was it? There was an inspiration, and there was a who and a what. Since I always played video games in my free time, and the first person that I ever watched, I was like, hey, this looks like something that'd be pretty cool to do. But I just kept putting it off for my channel, and I didn't get my YouTube channel just to do that. As you can tell, if you look at my history, I've had this since 2008, but I didn't use it until summer of 2010. But I just didn't use it for anything. I used it to, like, leave comments on my friends' videos, and that was it. But then I decided, I was like, I ought to probably do something with this, and so I managed to get a pretty decent camera for school that I never used, which I'll get into that later. But I figured I might as well put what little knowledge I have in video games to use, and so I started making LPs. As for who inspired me, the first person that I ever watched was, it wasn't an LP, but it was like Mario Hacks, and it was Proton John, but the person that actually really inspired me to start LPing was Voltage McGammer, and he's just known as McGammer if you look up his YouTube channel. I'll probably put a link in here somewhere. So yeah, McGammer would probably be the person that inspired me the most, and he's a really good LPer, and he is clean for any adults out there that are like, well, you might want to check this out, and I need to check this out and make sure it's safe. No, he's clean, don't worry about that. What is your favorite game/game series? My favorite series out of Nintendo, anyway, I think just overall, though, it's the Star Fox series, and I really wish that they'd bring that back, like, not say that's the end of Star Fox. I'm hoping also with the 3DS thing, how they're remaking Star Fox 64. I'm really hoping that will, like, give them the push to, make a Star Fox game for the Wii or something like that. That would be really nice. My favorite game of all time I guess, is probably Melee, Super Smash Bros. Melee, because, like I said, I grew up with the GameCube, and this was the game that my friends and I would play all the time. If not Melee, it's probably Mario Kart Double Dash, one of those two. I don't even know why this question's here, but do you like apple pie? Not particularly. I prefer cherry, but if I had to pick one overall, it would be key lime. Key lime's my favorite. I don't know why that was even... I don't even know why somebody asked that. That was completely random. What was your worst brawl ever? Any brawl where I lost because I suicided, hands down, which is a lot more than I'd like to think happened. Now, sometimes, like, I'll get a warp star and kill somebody. Like, I'll sacrifice a life to kill somebody, but I'll have a backup life. But, there's nothing worse than suiciding off the edge. And I know my friends have done that too, especially with the hammers, because you can't do a double jump and recover with the hammer, so you just go down and fall and die. Which happens so many times, because like somebody grabs a hammer midair and they're like, no, and then they just die. Which is always funny to watch. It happens all the time, and then Smash attacking a explosive as it falls down on you, which happens a lot, especially to people that I know that are really good at the game. It's like the better you are, the more often it happens. It's ridiculous.